everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. This is episode 6 of our flea market style Traveler's Notebook make-along. So today's page, I will just open it up, is this one. So we have some fun stuff happening here, okay? So let me just take it out of the journal and tell you about it, and then we'll get started making it. If you're looking for this series, the earlier videos, please look at my playlists. You will find the flea market style Traveler's Notebook make-along. So this is the fourth spread in the book, so the fourth paper, and it is going to be like a peekaboo kind of page with some kind of a round element where we're going to cut out, and then we're going to add that cutout to another page that's actually a flip up. I'm recommending using coffee dyed paper, just regular 8.5 by 11 paper, coffee dyed, or something done with it, if possible, sprayed, painted, whatever. It's your journal, it doesn't have to follow exactly. I used coffee dyed paper, and this is my blue dyed paper. I wanted to use something that kind of went with the calm tones, because the page prior to this was a very busy children's book page, so I just wanted something kind of calm for this page. So then that paper is there, it's like a flip up, and then on this side I just did a scrap tear away tabby bottom kind of glue down. I like how the texture of those kind of things look. And then on the back we've made this kind of little scrap notebook. So this is just a couple pieces of paper I pulled from my scraps. This is handmade, and this is some more of that blue paper. And then we stitch some ribbon across, and then do a hand stitched button on top, and then stick the whole thing down. So it's just extra peekaboo kind of writing space. So let's get started making this one. So you will start with your coffee dyed paper. We're making the page now for this journal. This is the one I'm making along with you. So I'm going to just fold in half like a regular paper for a signature. One folio here. Then take a ruler and just tear the edge off of all 3 outer sides. Oops. Okay, one. Just so that we have a nice torn edge. And that's also going to bring the size of this page down ever so slightly. As you can see here, I did a little bit of a rip, so what I'm going to do, what I often do, is I just pop a piece of washi tape over it. I think that adds to the character. It's kind of like that, when ceramics break in Japan and they fill it with gold. This is my filling it with gold. I think, yes, I could use another paper, but then I wouldn't have this cool little detail here, right? So that's half the fun. So like I mentioned, you want some kind of a round element. Now I'm using these. These are book pages from this Victorian Posies book. Let me grab it, I'll show you. This is called Scented Souvenirs Victorian Posies. Now, one thing to be aware of with these books, they're literally scented. They have a scent strip right here. I would not have bought this one if it had any scent left to it. It doesn't. It's completely scent free. So just be aware of that if you are trying to find this specific book, because I don't like scented, perfumey kind of paper, and I don't like to, if you're selling or you're giving these journals, you've got to be conscious of that. So the first thing I want to do is just cut out my round element. So you could use whatever you like here. Maybe you want to use a celestial theme like a sun or a moon. Maybe you have a punch, or maybe you don't, and you want this to be round. You can trace around a mug or a bowl, or just find something kind of round-ish like what I have here. It doesn't have to be round, but just sort of round, if that makes sense. Because what we're looking for is not a boxy shape. Okay. So I'll move this off to the side here. And then the next thing to do is to see if your cutout fits. Now mine runneth over, so I'm going to actually trim here. Actually, I might do that a little differently. I don't like the shape I ended up with there. Okay, that's better. And then over here as well, I need to bring this in a little more. And that should fit. Yes, that fits now. Okay, so now the next stage, you're just going to need a little knife for this. So just be careful. I'm going to use a craft knife and get a general idea of what you want to cut out. So what I'm going to cut out is going to be this around these blue flowers, basically, for my freeform image. Now, you're just going to pierce a couple of times. You could cut the whole thing out this way if you want to. I mean, it's relatively safe. But I'm going to do it with scissors now to just show you, because I think that's what most people prefer to use. So I've got a slit here, right, that's big enough to fit my scissors in so that I can guide myself around the flower where exactly I want to cut it out. Okay. Now I'm going to lay this down on here. Again, just get an idea of what I want. Okay, so then you could choose at this time to like trace this and then cut it out with scissors. I'm not going to do that though. I'm actually just going to glue it down. My glue is clogged. Yep. Okay, glue bottle. It's because I need to refill it. It's almost empty. Story of my gluing life is that I'm needing to fill up my glue bottles. Okay. All right, so then lay this down where you want it. Get it all stuck down. This is kind of thicker paper, so I just need to kind of train it down a little. All right, now right here is your opportunity, once you get it all glued down, to do a bit of inking before we go further. So I want to have some ink in this inside here. Okay. Then I will also ink around the edges here. Oops. Because I don't like the white outline to the image. All right. I just need a little more glue right there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is poke right through here with my scissors and then go in, and this is where we cut out this inner piece. This is also your opportunity to clean up any messy image that you have, or any messy, not image, like if you have like a spot that got a little torn or anything like that, you can clean it up. Just be careful not to cut off like too much excess or your inking or any of that. Okay. All right, so now that gappy piece is gone. Now we need our secondary piece of paper. So in the last one I used some of this blue paper. I've also got some avocado dyed paper here, and I think just to be different, I'm going to use avocado maybe. So open up your folio here and just kind of measure how much you need to have like a fun, flippy, uppy kind of piece. So I see my edges here. This is the edge that I want right here, and then I can see my edge over there. So I'm going to tear about here and just make sure that you're straightish. Okay. Then I'm just gonna choose like how long you want it to be. So I'd say make it ever so slightly shorter than the folio piece. Okay. So then just put it in the same position that you'd expect it to lay on this piece, okay? And then lay that down. Then you take your insert here, hold it, flip the page, and now you know exactly where you want that to be. So just hold it down for a minute. Then add some glue to the back while you're holding it in place. Okay. Okay, so we're all glued down now. And then again, this is your opportunity to ink the inside of this image. Okay. Now, check again where you are. Line things up right like that. So now you know exactly where this needs to be. Just hold the whole piece of paper in place and then go to the top here and right along this edge of the front, leave a little bit of space, but do one row of art glitter glue or another good quick dry glue, and then fold your folio closed, give it a quick press, and then open it up, and voila, you are adhered in the exact spot you need to be to have the paper sit properly. So just double check, and that's good. Now on this side I noticed I somehow got a little crooked with the edge of the paper, so I'm just going to go in and straighten it up a little. You can also choose, like on this side I want to do a little tearing, I think, just to make both edges torn. I didn't do that on the last one, but I feel like I want to with this one. There we go. And then just give that a little rub to get the glue out of there. Then you can straighten this bottom edge because I just got a little crooked. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. So now you've got a flip up writing spot, and you've got more writing space here. And then on this side you have this really fun peekaboo kind of spot. Then you can go in and you can do a little more inking if you'd like to. Okay, so that is this part of this folio. So now we have these two. So let me open them up, and what did I do here? I just did a little glue down of something interesting at the bottom. In that one I just took from my scraps, and I found this little moth. It's from a Release the Crafting kit, like a spare piece I didn't use. I think for this one I'll use some of this digital that was printed out. This is one of my scans from a textile, like a vintage textile that I have. And I'm just going to tear out a freeform shape with something that I like on it. Then we're just going to use glue stick and glue it down. And it's kind of like a little invitation to turn the page, you know what I mean? So just fold it over, glue it down. There we go. Then we flip the page, And this is what we need to do next. So we're making like a little scraplet, not quite a notebook, just a couple pieces of fun paper. So let me see what I have here. I've got a piece of avocado dyed paper. And then I've got some coffee dyed paper. Maybe I'll use that. And then look at this, I have some cork. So maybe I'll use up some of this cork. So now I'm just going to layer. I'm going to use 3. The last one I used 2, this one I'm going to use 3. So just lay that down here. Then find a piece of lace or a ribbon or fabric that you like, that you think will go nice with it. So I like this one. So I will trim this here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the sewing machine and I'm going to stitch across this lace with this paper. I'm going to go all the way across here. I'll be right back. Okay, so I stitched across this with a zigzag stitch. I'm just going to trim the excess little bit of lace off the edge there so it's not too long. There we go. So now we need a little button. And I have a little jar of buttons that I decided to keep on my desk for whenever I need a little button. So I think I'll go with maybe that one. Just a simple little button, doesn't have to be overstated. So then we're going to hand stitch this on. So I've just threaded a needle here. And we're going to go mostly in the center on this one. So you can choose to pierce through the front with your needle to see your holes at the back. This one I'm not really going to be too concerned about. I put the knot at the back, just hand stitching it through. I'll do like a little X stitching because it's a 4-hole button, and I'll do about 2 stitches through each side of the X. Don't worry if you have a little yarn, like a little thread tangle on the back, it's not a problem. It's actually kind of nice, it helps to set your knot. So there we go, we've gone twice through both sides of the X, and then I will sew right here through this big knot. Just gonna do a couple of simple knots to affix it and snip off your edge. Then you have this little notebook. So I'm going to lay that right there. And we're going to, again, put glue right on the stitching. This is our glitter glue. And then just lay it back down where you want it. Just give it a nice press. Sorry for the little stitch there. I just lost battery at this last moment. So this is today's little folio. So this is all glued down and we have everything made. So let's see how it looks inside the journal. Okay, it's going to pop right in here. There we are. So yeah, I like it a lot. I think it looks super cute. Okay, so that is our folio for today. Thank you again for joining me. I will be back again soon with the next folio spread, and I hope you're enjoying this project. If you are, let me know. If you're making it, let me know. I would love to see what you're doing, and we will talk again very soon. If you're having fun here, I would love it if you subscribed. I have a lot of projects like this one in mind where we can make things along together. So anyhow, talk to you soon. Bye for now.